How can the Biden administration impact the future of Greenland in the Arctic?
The Biden administration probably is quite good news for the Arctic. What the Arctic needs is global action to combat climatic change. And of course, from my point of view, the previous administration in the US was close to being climate change deniers, whereas President Biden, he has played himself in the midst of those of us that think that drastic action has to be taken to combat the massive climatic changes that already are underway. So I think his politics will affect it positively. Already, he has moved the US back into the Paris Accord, but I also remember a speech made by John Kerry, who's now the special envoy in the climatic field for the administration. He made a glorious speech at the last Arctic Circle Assembly in Harpa in Reykjavik. And since he's the guy who is really in the driving seat on behalf of Biden, I think this is quite a good news. Now, of course, we have seen rather harsh words on the geopolitical development in the Arctic from the American administration. And this regards the entry of China, which Secretary of State Pompeo, of course, made a famous speech on, and said that due to China, the Arctic might become a kind of a South China Sea. I never believe that. With a stable guy like Biden in the White House, I believe there is much less possibility that some incidences that sometimes can flare up will actually take on some bigger and more serious dimensions. So on the whole, Biden is good news for the Arctic.